Hey guys, Brian with Straight Blast. Jim here. I'm starting a new series on my kind of training regimen for an upcoming tournament. I'm looking at doing Master Worlds, and that is 22 weeks out from the time that I started the training regimen. I'm giving it about a 2 week cool down period between each of the videos. So what you're hearing is going to be kind of post mortem information on some of this stuff. But I want to get into kind of the how and the why and the what behind everything that I'm going to be doing throughout this program. So, couple of things. I have a couple of goals for this, not just including competition. One is I would like to move up a weight class. The older I get, the less I enjoy weight cutting. I've been doing it a long time, and I've fought all the way down at 145 for MMA. I've competed in Naga at 140 when I was a white and a blue belt. Now as a brown belt, I don't care. I just don't care about weight classes anymore. And I would rather have a healthy lifestyle that I can enjoy training and eating and living my life. So I'm going to move up from the 175 division up to the 188 division. So when I started this program, I got a couple of numbers. So my U weight, which is your weight directly after you wake up in the morning, naked, after you've peed, right? Fairly simple. That's going to be your weight. I take that an average of that, and that's going to be your U weight. So I did that for 3 days. That came out to 175.3, which means I have a lot of weight to put on, and I need to do it in a way that's going to be healthy and not add a lot of fat and that sort of thing. So with that, my body fat percentage at that point was at 12.3%. I use a Tanita's Ironman scale. It measures body weight, hydration levels, lean body mass. My hydration levels at that point averaged out to 60.3, which is, it's okay. I would like to see it probably around the 65% range. The lower body fat you get, the higher your hydration levels work, right? And that also affects your lean body mass, which is the other number that I'm going to be tracking throughout this kind of 22-week journey. And my lean body mass at current point, when I did the average, was 146.2. And so those are kind of numbers that I'm looking at. Goals for the lifts that I'm going to be doing. I want to add a set each week for 5 weeks, and then I want to bleed it off down to one set. So at the end of the month, the weight is going to go up by 5% of my 1RM. So right now I'm currently at 65% of my 1RM, which is fairly low, which means that I'm taking it to an RPE 3, meaning that I'm leaving 3 reps in reserve, which means I'm probably doing anywhere from 10 to 15 reps on everything that I'm doing. And so as I add 1 rep every week up to the 5 weeks, because every 5 weeks it's going to change, I'll be doing 5 sets of 10 to 15. And then on the 6th week, I reset and I go up 5%. So it'll be 70%. And then I work my way back up. This is a way for me to bleed off some of the stress and some of the volume while still slowly incrementing the intensity while still trying to stay in that RPE range. And so that's kind of the goal. There's a couple of ifs that I have set up here. If my resting heart rate is not where I want it, I will add 20 minutes of steady state cardio to my training in the next block, or if my body fat percentage for some reason moves above 15%. So I'm still trying to stay at a healthy, competitive body fat percentage while moving up. And so those are a couple of things. Another goal is that I'm trying to roll 3 days a week for 4 hours. Right now, currently, I have a no-gi hour, a gi hour, that's Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then Sundays is both. And so I'll be talking a little bit about that. I'm also tracking the workout length. Ideally, I would like to stay under 90 minutes. When I talk about this in the next video, you'll see that I am completely failing this. I'm going way, way over. I put too much stuff on this program. And so that is one of the other things. every other week, if I feel like my weight is not doing what I want it to do, I will start tracking my macros. This for me is super, super simple, and I'll talk about that in the next video, where I'm using a meal planning and meal prep system that really alleviates a lot of my problems for tracking macros. The next piece that I'm looking at for goals is to add judo at least once a week. I have 2 judo black belts. I am really spoiled by having 2 very high level judo black belts in my gym. And I really need to be utilizing them more for my own personal gains and not just for my students' gains. My students get all of this, but for the most part, I sit behind the desk when they're teaching and I work on business stuff. And then the other thing I'm adding a stretching and flexibility work roughly 3 days a week for 20 minutes, right? I'm actually coordinating that with my sauna use. So I'm just in the sauna stretching at the same time, usually toward the end of the day on my lifting days and not on my training days. And then the other goal, which I'm failing right now, is to be in bed by 10 o'clock, up at 5:30 in the morning, looking to get 7.5 hours of sleep on work nights and 9 hours on non-work or on weekends where I work less. Right now, what I'm actually doing is 5 hours at night and 4 hours in the afternoon. And that's just because of the way the work schedule's been. It's been taxes, coaches have called out, things like that. So those are kind of the goals and where I'm at currently. Next week, I'm going to talk about the training block itself, what lifts I'm doing and what we're doing from there. And so bear with me. I'm going to be doing learning how to do some video editing. So this will be interesting. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, shoot them in the comments below, and I'll be able to add them to the next week's training block. And I'll try to answer any questions you guys have. Thank you.